My name is Jamie Carestio. I manage this farm, Squash Blossom Farm, with my farm partner Jeremiah Pacheco. And yeah, we farm here on about 4 acres of market vegetables and sell to area restaurants and restaurants in Rochester. 8-farm collective CSA in Rochester, and we started our own CSA around here. Our go-to crop is probably kale and cooking greens, so kale and chard, and then we also do in a salad mix, with radicchio and endive, pea shoots, arugula, spinach, different like butterhead lettuces, chicory, and then also intensive root vegetables, so carrots and beets we're hoping to do all year round, potatoes, radishes. Well, the luckiest part was that the field that we're cultivating was in organic grain crops for the past 10 years. So the soil was largely prepared, if not really heavily filled with weeds, but we did a lot of intensive weed management, and so this year I hope it will be a lot better. We try to make nothing go to seed and cultivate it a lot. We had this barn and a well, which is really helpful, the ponds, the house. So we really just kind of had to retrofit the area with like the irrigation system we developed. The other really unique part about this area this property is that directly next door is an old organic farm. A woman, Miwan, passed away a few years ago, and so we stewarded that farm, which has an asparagus patch, blueberries, rhubarb, and an orchard, and also a tractor and some implements. So that really helped us. So we rented the tractor and that land and those crops as a kind of a jump start. It's basically, the property is ready-made for organic farming and agriculture. So part of the beauty of this new greenhouse is we're going to have to walk up down the damn hill. The biggest improvement, well, there's 2 things, major things, is the 2 60-foot mobile greenhouses, which will enable us to do intensive tomato production and also full season green, salad green and cooking green production. That's going to be huge, major, a minor investment in comparison to the return it's going to yield in the next year. Well, we don't use any pesticides, chemical pesticides. We do a lot of hand labor. Most everything, especially last year, was down to the weeding, and even planting and cultivation was all done by hand. By us, the people that run the farm, and the people that we pay to help us, which hourly actually make more than we do, whereas opposed to conventional vegetable farms hire migrant labor and pay them slave wages to a large degree, or use mechanized harvesting. Which eliminates a lot of the, in my opinion, a lot of the goodness out of food and nutrition comes from the care and love that goes into growing it. So I think that's very different. A lot of the conventional farms and produce you get in the store is hydroponic, which kind of eliminates a lot of the taste. It might look good and might look watery and succulent, but it's just full of a lot of water. It doesn't have the the quality that a field-raised outside vegetable has. And the CSA model and the fact that we're selling at farmers markets gives the customers, the people we sell it, a direct relationship with us, the growers, and starts to increase the kind of knowledge and perspective of this general public on how food is grown and the different systems that allow it to be delivered to them as consumers. So that's a really unique part of it. Well, about 1 year or 2 years ago, I had acceptance letters from Cornell and a number of other universities for architecture and city planning, and I held that in one hand, and then I had this offer from my buddy here who was wanting to start a farm. And so I juggled those around for a little bit, and I decided that the best option was to come and start living in this barn right here and start a farm. And have my days determined by myself. And I'd always known and visited a lot of friends and good people that were living on farms, and always really enjoyed visiting and thought, that was a great lifestyle, and what a great thing to do, and provide food for people and work with living things, and as a profession. You can really soak these suckers because it'll dry out. I mean, it feels really good because I feel it's a sustainable movement, whereas other movements in the past perhaps have been not so tactile based, right? So it's this really, in essence, food is the basis of all life, I mean, so if you're doing something good and growing good food, it doesn't seem like that would go out of fashion like some other things might. I mean, why would you not want to eat good food once you like got into it? The other thing is it's reclaiming a lot of kind of seemingly depressed and kind of forsaken areas in the eyes of the government. I feel really positive about bringing this idea to this community as one of the kind of the first farms in this area, as it being a kind of a more depressed, more removed from the universities, the larger universities like around Ithaca area or down towards New York City. So I see infinite possibilities. This area has the means to sustain 100 more farms like this easily. So I think it's really unique in that way.